Alright, so here is the Aero Ektar filter holder that I designed using SketchUp, Google's SketchUp program, and printed had shapeways.com print out using 3D printing technology. And basically, in order to start using this as a filter holder for your Aero Ektar, you are going to need a step-down ring, specifically an 82 to 77 step-down ring. If you take like a 77 millimeter filter like this, you screw in on the top like so. We're actually not going to use the male side of the filter holder, but rather glue this onto the substrate. And to do that, I use epoxy glue, specifically this product from Devcon, a plastic steel epoxy. So what I'm going to do is mix up the epoxy and apply a generous amount of epoxy on the underside of the ring and bond it onto this substrate. Okay, so here I am mixing up the epoxy glue. Good mixer upper. Alright, so we're ready to bond the ring to the substrate. And again, you can be pretty generous about the amount that you apply here. You don't want to be too shy, because if there's not enough material, it's just going to create too much space between the ring and the substrate, and the bond will just come off. So what I want to do now is to attach it onto the substrate. Right, make sure alignment is perfect. And, there we go. So what we want to do now is to put some pressure on top of the ring so that it gets pressed down onto the substrate. And with this epoxy, you want to let it dry for about 6 hours before you start handling it, and 24 hours is what it requires for maximum strength. That will go on top of there, applying pressure, keeping the ring down on the substrate for maximum bonding strength. Alright, I'll see you again in about 6 hours. Alright, so it's been just about 12 hours since I glued the step-down ring onto the substrate and had some weight on it for 12 hours. And it looks like it has adhered pretty well. And make sure, look from the side and see if there are any gaps worth noting that you may want to fill up. If not, and it feels fairly sturdy, if it won't easily come off, then your filter adapter is ready to go. It's all set. So the way to use this is fairly straightforward. You have your short hood that came with the Aero Ektar, the 3 slots that you align with the 3 protrusions, and you slide it in like that. And then all you need to do is just turn the entire thing counterclockwise like that. And there you go. That's it. So if you would like to screw on a filter, a 77 millimeter filter, this is a UV filter, just screw it on like that. There's a little stopper that is intended to keep the ring from going into the unlock position and sliding off. If you force the substrate too much as you're screwing in the filter, then that might actually happen. So what you can do is you can keep one of your fingers on the little protrusion that I had printed on the substrate to keep it from turning that way as you screw the UV or any filter onto the ring. And in order to unscrew it, you can apply as much force as you want, because the other side wall of the notch here will keep it from rotating in that direction. So it should be very simple to screw off. The added benefit of the filter holder is that if you grab a 77mm lens cap, again off of eBay or wherever, your preferred shop, then you can just use this as a lens cap. And so there you go. This is very simple and effective filter holder for your Kodak Aero FR 178mm f2.5 lens. Thank you.